We are back in business. We're back at you on a night of nights. New York Knicks, yes, indeed, in a battle, 46-48. You're watching it. I'm watching it. Close game is going to favor that team that's up. My New York Knicks on the precipice of the Eastern Conference Finals. Now I got to check on the check-in. Make sure that we're live like we need to be. I'm not seeing it for some reason on the okay, we're dealing with some technical difficulties. We're dealing with some major technical difficulties. All right. Hold on. The Facebook is okay, so we good on Facebook. Are we on the Twitch? Twitch is but my Facebook is there. Okay. All right, Twitch is on and cracking. Why is my YouTube? What's going on with the YouTube? Okay, so I got to get YouTube straightened out. Let me go to my channel. Oh, so we live on the YouTube as well. YouTube is live as well. Okay, I don't want to. Can I? Right, YouTube is live as well. We on the live. Welcome to the show. We on to the live. Let me come back to my channel. And then we're gonna get into this. All right, so the YouTube is live as well. Let me get my Facebook right. I got to get Facebook right. Okay, Facebook is good. Let's okay. Let's get Facebook right. Okay, boo. Knicks v Pacers and NBA playoff talk. You know what time it is. We SandCity Sports. I thank you for staying with me. Okay, Facebook, we ready to go live on the Facebook. It's Facebook. Okay, so the Facebook is up as well. Hold on. Facebook, stay with me. All right, the Facebook is live as well. Come in, jump in, comment. All right, it only took me about 3 minutes to get everything up in order, but we are rolling. We may have my brother jump in. Thank you so much. This is SandCity Sports. I'm your host, the Cape Cod Kid, artist formerly known as Andre King. We're back again to bring you all the sports, current events, news stories that you need to know. A lot to get into. We are live. New York, okay, Indiana made a little move. They up 7, but we're going to get the constant feedback because even though I'm rocking Black Bear Diner out of Scottsdale, Arizona, I'm rocking Black Bear Diner out of Scottsdale, Arizona right now. You guys know that I'm tried and true in terms of my New York Knicks fandom, based off the support and love for the best coach in my mind in the NBA, Tom Thibodeau. Secure the bag. We're going to get to that. So this Knicks game is going to be all of the rage, but we're going to talk about the playoffs. Playoffs are raging right now. These series are going wild. The Celtics handle business, and they did what they had to do. We have a game 6 tomorrow, OKC in Dallas. I'm going to give you my feedback on that. We got the game scheduled 7 on Sunday, Denver and Minnesota to advance. So a lot of playoff talk to get to. NBA draft that we're going to touch on a little bit. NFL is, I don't know about quiet. We do have some things that are percolating. Quarterbacks, who's going to get their money, who's not going to get their money. To a tug of our lower Jordan Love in that conversation. And folks, we're going to get into the culture. We're going to get into the culture because there was a video on TMZ that dropped today. You know it, I know it. You know who I'm talking about. And so we're going to have to address what's going on in the culture and the falls from grace that we are experiencing. So please, as they say, like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. My people in the Facebook, can I get some feedback? Okay. Can I see? Okay, some feedback from Facebook. We're live. All right, I'm seeing what the insights and the viewership is. Feel free to jump in. All of what you need to do. I do realize, folks, it's a Friday night. So people might not be right in front of people might not be right in front of the television, or they might not be scrolling. But again, they might be. This is a Friday night for me, so Facebook is doing what it does. Okay, and the YouTube is interesting because I'm not. It's not coming through, but the YouTube Live is going. It's a different setup. It's going straight to YouTube. So the YouTube Live is on Kraken. Let me just move that here in terms of, okay, no, come over here, boop, boop. And this is going to have to go out there. But just to let me know that the YouTube is on, and it's only been 5 minutes of technical difficulties. My bro might jump in. Okay, so let's go ahead. Pacers are making a move. 2 minutes to go. They don't went up 9. The Knicks have to keep it close. You got to keep it close. You can't let them run away. That's okay. Spicy P, the 3, no. They didn't get the offensive rebound. Pacers are up double digits. I don't like this one bit. Knicks, you can't depend on coming back from especially a double-digit lead. Pacers 15-2 run. Knicks, let's get our act together and bridge this gap. Let's go into halftime with it close. This is my last update before we get into it. Jalen Brunson. Okay, the Knicks. Okay, the little bully ball going on. Knicks finish it off. McBride, Deuce. All right, Knicks are in a little bit of trouble. All right, Knicks are in a little bit of trouble. Down 11. Just over a minute to go. You're watching it. I'm watching it. I don't like the vibes that I'm getting. Okay, let's go down the list. Because the Knicks coming into halftime. We're gonna do Celtics Pacers. Plenty of meat on that bone to get to. We're gonna leave the Knicks because you're watching that. Then we're gonna head over to the Western Conference. We're gonna do OKC and Dallas. And then we're gonna conclude with the major marquee matchup of Denver and Minnesota. Listen, Celtics handle business. My bro's on the check-in, so he might be pulling up if and when he has time. We're gonna blast through. We're gonna do at least an hour minimum, because I have some things to kind of discuss with you, that some exciting things that are in the mix, some partnerships and collaborations that SandCity Sports is doing. Whereas I'm going to be doing the show, but the show is going to be now run in conjunction with Sports Fluent, which is a platform for digital creators covering sports, a variety of sports. I'm super excited to be working with Sports Fluent, and that's just something. So the show can and will look different going forward. We're looking to add some production value into the show. What's going on, bro? Welcome to the check-in. What's up, my boy?
What's good, my boy? What's good, bro? How you doing?
Do you have I can't hear you. You can hear me. So I'm gonna mute you for now, bro. I'm gonna mute you. Make sure you have your headphones.
Hey, I'm good. I got it.
Yeah. Make sure you have your headphones and then your volume. Oh, you got your headphones.
There we go. You can hear me?
I can't hear you just yet. So make sure your volume is connected, and I can't hear what you're doing, but it's great to see you. Great to have you on. Let's just get our volume in order, and then we'll blast forward. We'll blast forward from there. So he's gonna jump back on, and we'll get to it. All right. So my bro's gonna have plenty to say. I told you about the number of things. Super thrilled to be here, even on a Friday night. TGI Friday, to everybody out there that's doing their thing. It's a jamboree in terms of sports. It's a tremendous.
Is that better, bro?
Okay, you got it open on multiple tabs. It's telling me. So just close out some of the other tabs, and then you'll be able to log in on the one tab.
It should be good now. Can you hear me?
And I don't know why I can't hear you. But Riverside can hear you, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to leave and use my other my AirPods.
Okay. So he's getting those technical difficulties in order, as we said. 10 minutes into this episode of SandCity Sports, and we're this is not great, but we're making progress. and we're gonna roll with it and get it on and cracking. So here's what it comes down to: the Celtics, they handle business. They did what they were supposed to do. Now I hear, and I've been getting some feedback. A lot of people have been saying, "Well, why didn't they mollywop these guys? Why didn't they knock them out the box?" Specifically because they were missing Donovan Mitchell, who is arguably their best player. So this should have been, and it was a gentleman's sweep. But we had people, you saw the interview with Draymond and with Jason Tatum, whereas Draymond was essentially saying the same thing. Like, why didn't you dominate this series? And Jason Tatum, heard those things, but then kind of pushed back to say, what are you talking about? We ended up winning that game by double digits. What's the problem and what's the issue? And I'm going to concur with Tatum on that. Meaning the Celtics did everything that they were supposed to do. What's going on? What's going on, bro?
What's
Again,
going on? Can you hear me?
Testing. Hello?
Yes. Hello,
For some
hello.
reason, Riverside can hear you, but I can't hear you. You can hear me, right?
Yep.
So I don't know why I'm having difficulty hearing you for whatever reason. Testing. What's up, bro?
What's up? What's
How
up?
are you?
Good.
You doing fine? Good. All right. It's just that issue of it's not coming through, which makes this a little bit tricky. He can hear me. I'm not sure why I can't hear him. Got the
NBA
echo
Sports.
cancellation, noise reduction is on. He's on, yada, yada, yada. And so we'll go, I guess we're gonna have to move and groove and make the best of this. Let me see here. The mics. Okay, all this stuff is good. All right, so bro, just jump in as is needed. Let me give you why.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, bro.
I'm just gonna call you, bro.
My phone.
Hold on. Bro, go ahead and say something.
Mic check.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Mic check.
I'm not sure. One second. That was my bad. What's up, bro?
What's up?
I apologize, folks. I had my volume turned off on my computer. Okay, it's uploading. And now we're fully live. This is on me. He's doing everything he's supposed to do. I can't hear him because I don't have the volume on. So I can hear myself in the room, but I couldn't hear him there. We got a new track on the Riverside.
Wow, Bruins. Come on.
What's going on with the Bruins, bro?
Goal. They just gave up a goal with a minute to go.
In the game?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So they're down 1 now?
Yep.
Wow. Oh man. Yowzers. Is this game in Boston?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, that's an important update, a hurtful update. You want to talk about, Bruins fans, we still got a minute. The goalie might have to go. Dog on it. Dog on it. Okay. Bro, your fan, I'm getting a little feedback on the fan. Is that the fan that I hear in the background or no? No, I think we're good.
I don't got got a lot of time tonight because I did just, I just got off. But
okay, so let's not to take and I apologize for the technical difficulties on my part. We're talking to start with Celtics. You brought in some important things with the Bruins. That's a live update. They scored the goal. We're hoping the Bruins can get another goal to force OT and keep this season alive. Celtics, your thoughts on the gentleman sweep? I feel like they did what they need to do. The margins of victory were not necessarily important to me. And what's important is that they're getting rest going into round 2. Crispy P. Porzingis is going to be out for at least game 1 and game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that's negligible just because the Knicks are the walking wounded and the Pacers are not ready for prime time. So even without Crispy P, I think the Celtics beat the Knicks in my mind in a maximum of 5 games. How do you feel about the Cleveland series and how do you feel about the Celtics going forward?
Yeah. Celtics in 5.
Yeah, and I'm not even acknowledging the possibility that they would be playing the Indiana Pacers. This is all about my New York Knicks. Let me just see. I learned more. Okay, X this out. Thank you very much. Our levels are correct. Technical difficulties were my fault. Didn't even have the doggone volume. My own doggone computer turned on. We're going to move on from that. Listen, Celtics remain no. I'm having my concerns. Are the Celtics the favorites to win the championship, bro, in your mind?
Yeah.
You're not concerned about Denver, even though they got mollywopped by 30+ in a game where they conceded against Minnesota. Do you fear the Timberwolves or the Nuggets to beat the Celtics in the finals? Bro, yes, no, maybe?
Yeah. I don't fear anybody on the East.
No, the Eastern Conference, because of injuries and inconsistencies, right? Milwaukee Bucks, dumpster fire. Philadelphia 76ers, injuries. Chicago Bulls, dumpster fire. When you got healthy players, exactly mean whatever. He's not, Atlanta Hawks in transition. Trey probably out of there. DeJounte probably out of there. Miami injuries. So the East is for the taking. The Celtics, that's light work. Minnesota and Denver.
52 seconds left in Bruins season.
Have they pulled the goalie?
Yep, goalie's gone. 1 second.
This is one of these things. Okay, thank you, bro. I'm not
Every
a hockey
year,
person.
Man, with the Bruins.
Yeah. I'm not a hockey person, but I'm a sports nut. So, and we're having this conversation. We're going to talk a little bit of hockey right now. First of all, my heart hurts for what happened last year. And all-time great season for the Bruins. But the fact of the matter is, in terms of hockey, and even I know this, as a sports person, I'm not trying to seem like some hockey aficionado, but as a sports person, I'm well aware of this. There is no correlation between the regular season and the NHL and the postseason. Absolutely zero. They are 2 completely different entities. And the NHL, you've seen year after year, if you just follow sports, where an 8th seed will get hot and get all the way to Stanley Cup championship, if not win the whole kit and caboodle. Bro, jump in at any time. So, even though I'm hearing some scratching, like you opened up a bottle of soda pop, whatever the case may be. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. And I certainly appreciate you being here on a very busy day for this episode of SandCity Sports. We got the Facebook Live is cracking. We got that lined up and right. 3 people viewing. Thank you so much on the Facebook check-in. It's progress over perfection here, folks. Jump into the comments. Let me know the good, bad, and the indifferent on what you think. No comments just yet, but 4 people on the Facebook check-in. Let's go. Loving the feedback and the YouTube live. We super duper live on YouTube. So that's great to see in terms of the feedback we can get. Like, comment, subscribe, rant, rave, review, comment. I'm here for all of it. If anybody wants to jump on a call, this is what we do by the fans, for the fans. You know what time it is. I will send you the Zoom link. You can jump into SandCity Sports anytime that you want. And if you want to kind of just jump in because you see it happening, or you want to get on it, this is something you want to do, and I will let you know. I will let you know, folks. And I'm being honest. I do operate on CP time. I'm not proud of that. I operate on CP time. I'm not proud of this. But so if I send you the Zoom link, we might be a little bit late before we go live and everything like that. I'm working on that. I'm working on correcting that.
I told you about that in my last stream. I can't get with that CP time. at all. Miss me with it.
I feel
Say
you.
late. You don't gotta down. Nah, I told you that last time. I'm not gonna tell you that again on those terms.
So you don't you so you that terminology is offensive to you on
It's
basic level.
dead. It's dead. It's dead, bro.
What
Don't even for real. It's dead.
was there something that I didn't know about? When did a referendum, excuse me, on that terminology, and I'm going to say it one more time just so people know what I'm talking about. We're talking about CP time. My brother brought some very important information into the conversation. That term is now it's not for the if you're for the culture, you can't use that term. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that I'm going to have Drake Kendrick level problems because I use that terminology?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you don't stop using that term, you are gonna have Drake size problems with me.
With you. All right. So by the way, folks, my bro put some bass in his voice. I respect it. What we're talking about here, and this is the last time I'm going to mention this because I didn't even know it was a thing. But now that this is the last time I'm going to mention CP time, which FYI means colored people time.
Ever.
Which
I don't ever want to hear that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That term, if someone even says it to me, yeah, you crazy. And I don't. That's you know what I'm saying. That's the last time you could even refer to it. But don't let me hear you say that no more, Dre.
It's out of my lexicon for SandCity Sports. Now I use it a lot, and I'm getting some important feedback here because that term CP time, guys. Just by the way, it's one of these things where you can talk about your family and friends and what they need to do and what they need to improve on because they're your family and your friends. But outsiders saying the same thing, now we got a problem. I got to put some bass in my voice, just like my brother just did me. He put some bass in his voice. I'm all the way across the country, and you can't see it. There's a little bit of sweat, a little sweat happening because my brother, what I mean. He put a bass in his voice. I don't, what I mean. I don't want no thing. I don't want no smoke. Cut me off at any time here, bro. But by the way, folks, so CP time, it just means, and we're gonna get off the subject because my bro, he don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. It means colored people time, and it's one of these things like within the African American community, it is a standing joke. Somebody like myself that struggles, but I have issues with procrastination and being on time sometimes, not all the time, but it's a so in the culture amongst the African American community, it's a joke. Hey, you're on, whatever, and we laugh and joke, but outside of the African American community and within the greater culture, it can be like a pejorative or an epithet is strong. When we talk about a racial epithet, that's kind of strong. But it's a stereotype is the word I'm looking for. It's a stereotypical perspective that it is not accurate, bias, prejudice, all that other stuff. So, bro, we're gonna get rid of that terminology on SandCity Sports, especially when you've taken the time out of your busy schedule to be on with us. And I didn't realize, that it was a thing in the culture, but it is a thing in the culture, and we're gonna move on. But what I did want to get to, we had some people viewing on the live. This viewership has gone down, but thank you so much for the people that did stop by for a quick little check in there. That was appreciated. And we were just talking about how things are perceived within, a group and outside of a group. Okay, so bro, you fixing this, getting it right, so on and forth. I like the art that you have up in your study, in your office room. The art is solid. Wearing the belt, the champion. Shout out to the WWE back in the day, WWF back in the day. Oh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage wearing it. You know what I mean? So I you know what I mean? Snap into that Slim Jim, baby. When the Macho Man, dig it. I love those clips on Instagram from the awesome 80s from my formative years. Excuse me. We got a lot to get to, folks. We're 25 minutes into the check-in, into this live. We had a couple people tuning in on the Facebook. I don't know what is going on because we switched up the YouTubes, but the YouTube is certainly live and happening. But I can't always. Let me see if I can go over here. The YouTube is live and happening. Now we got a little bit of. Okay, so I got to go back. So I can't. How I'm accessing the YouTube live is changed based on a couple factors. So if people did jump into the chat, I can't necessarily see it right now, as Riverside, the app that we use, the program that we use, is kind of updating how you kind of use the streaming services. But for anybody in the YouTube land, certainly appreciate you being here. We are 25 minutes into the call. We're going to do an hour because that is the time that I've been given by Sports Fluent, a platform that SandCity Sports is now going to be collaborating with.
Can you hear me?
So I can hear you, bro. You were right. I was wrong. We had the headphones in. I didn't have the volume on my own computer. So that's another slip up. We talked about the words that I need to use.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro. You're on the check-in. Cut me off at any time. We're gonna do rapid fire now.
Difficulties. 1 moment.
Okay, work it out.
Actually, no. You can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Cool.
So you gave us the Bruins update. That's a tough update, but an important update. I'm saddened. And what I was talking about before, when we moved over to hockey, we're going to get back to the NBA as the second half is going to start soon. My New York Knicks, the Garden is packed. The Garden is rocking. We got to come out strong in the third quarter. We can't let this third quarter get away from us and let this team, right? Because if the Pacers push this lead from we're starting off somebody got a tee to end.
Man, Brunson, 6 points.
Somebody got a tee to end the first half. Knicks start off with a free throw. I like that 9-point lead. Brunson's going to do it in the second half. Knicks, we got to cut into this lead. We need to be within 5-7 max going into the fourth quarter. We can't.
So Dre, I got to tell you, I got a shout out today. I jumped on Twitch randomly at the end of my workday. Jumped on one of my buddy's streams, and surprisingly, he gave me a detailed, like, bro, I be watching a lot of your streams. You're nice at Madden. You be running with the Bucks. He knew exactly what was coming way off guard.
There you go. Sometimes you don't know. You got to keep doing what you're doing. And it grows and it builds, and people, people are vibing with you that you don't even know are vibing with you. People are appreciating you know that you aren't even aware. That's why you got to. I
got to get this camera. I got to get this camera going for Twitch, man. I can't be the faceless. The faceless.
Yeah.
Faceless king.
That adds a whole different dimension, and it makes it more engaging. People can see you, watch you, handing out those hot L's. So get the
man. Some of these buzzer beaters have been hitting. I've been playing a lot of 2K lately.
Yeah, the 2K been on.
The 2K has been. I tell you, this game and stuff. The reason why I'm hyped right now is big news just dropped. EA Sports college football is back, and the trailer dropped today, and it is back 10 years. Right? It has been 10 years since we got some college football on the gaming circuit. So
this is going back.
This is going back to.
Remember when we first moved out here, and we would be at cousin Ray and Josh's house on Whitehall Way, and we would have Madden, and then we would also have the college football and like game.
Yes, and I was always a little too young to run because Jay always kept me a little too young to run at that point. But I do remember when your boy DeAndre from UAB came down and took my money. Oh my goodness, he whooped you. You let this boy whoop me.
No, you were the one that wanted to do the cash games when cash was sparse. So you did a $20 cash game, which was a lot of money back then in my prep school year. You lost. Then you got furious, per usual, and you said rematch. And then you did another $20 game, which you subsequently lost again. And I had to front the $40 because you were in 7th grade and didn't have $40 spare sitting around.
Hey, well,
that's what happened.
So I guess we can call that even because when I beat you in that soccer game for that $100 check, and still never got $100 check is still sitting there. $100 check is still sitting there. You never cashed it, and I beat you in Germany. You stopped playing video games with me after that. I retired you. I retired you.
There was $100 loss, and I think that was you might have even been like in 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah, and I whooped you. I remember I whooped you when you were in so disbelief. You refused to pay.
I did. And speaking of which, I have to now allude to something that I don't feel. I think back about these things in my adulthood. But when I was a sophomore, so this is now 98, and then when I would go over to cousin Ray's house, who was a senior, to hang out with them, and as a sophomore, I was still a gamer, and I would bring the Nintendo 64 over to cousin Ray's house. So I was a sophomore, 10th grade. So you were in 4th grade, and so I took basically the gaming system, and so you were just at the house by yourself, and you had we had PlayStation or whatever else we had, but I was like, man, looking back, I was like, that was kind of not the best. At the time, it's just like, oh, you'll deal with it or whatever. And you had your friend group, so it's not like you were just alone on those nights. But that was not necessarily the most,
Oh yeah, you used to hijack the system, bro. You used to just hijack the system, and big bro, it was more so. Sometimes, little bro, you just gotta get when you're young like that, man. You just gotta get in line. It wasn't like we had PlayStation, so we had something. I had something to run.
Knicks within 5. This is the energy I like. 11 minutes. The Knicks cutting the lead in 5 points. We got a jump ball. Okay. Let's kick it out. Knee bar. Good closeout. Big hit. Big hit to push it back to 8. That's a big bucket.
Oh, Brunson, what are you doing?
1 possession game.
I don't know how far you might be. I think you're ahead of me.
No, I'm behind you. So I just saw that turnover that you were alluding to.
Okay.
So 8-point game. Next, you got to. Okay, it's plenty of time. A full second half, but we got to get into it. But back to the formative years. Yeah. I look back. And hindsight's obviously 2020, and those moments where it's like, I'm gonna teach my little brother a lesson and show him who's boss, and But just any of you guys who are in that category. And by the way, you need to let me know when you jump on the Twitch, so I can go ahead and comment, because that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing. I was talking to Matt about it. His sons are like in 1st grade. So
that's what I was trying to explain, man. If you get people talking in that section, they come, they stay, they follow. They're part of a community.
Right. Matt was telling me, and as I'm just now understanding YouTube and all these different platforms and these awesome creators and these communities that form up, and you either work collectively or you can be a tour de force like Shannon Sharp, who's just dominating the YouTube space, really only being full-time in the YouTube space this year, has the best sports pod. And that's not even, it's crazy to me that Shannon Sharp won best sports podcast for Nightcap, which literally started this football season and has over 3 million subs. It is just an absolute juggernaut. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. Shout out to Colin Cowherd in The Volume for seeing the future, investing in the future, and now being positioned when nobody else either knew or cared. Shannon Sharp, #1 sports pod for Nightcap, and then the #1 sports episode on Club Shay Shay for the Cat Williams. He's doing big things. Tip my hat to him. And there's a lot of other folks. I told you about Sports Fluent, bro. Actually, you might not have been on the check-in, but SandCity Sports is now going to be collaborating with a platform called Sports Fluent. And we're going to be doing this show, but with producers to do some of the production side of it. So if people do jump in with questions, put them on the screen, have in the background, all the rest of that stuff. So that's in the works. But for this episode, which is going to be an hour episode to send over to them, they're not doing the production side of it. But going forward, and I'm not going to say it's going to happen immediately tomorrow, but I have kind of, familiar with the Sports Fluent platform and a number of their creators. And so that's something that we're going to be excited about and kind of building up. Back to what you were talking about. If you have little younger siblings, teach them the way they should go, but be nice to them more, than you maybe think you should at the time. because decades later you'll think back on it and you will feel a certain level of guilt. Um, so you back to the NBA. You are hook, line, and sinker Boston Celtics, and you're not ducking any smoke or feeling any pressure from the Western Conference from anybody.
Nope.
Negative. Okay, here's what I'm going to say about that. The Celtics concern me in that they're going to be in a position where Denver or Minnesota, who I think is coming out of the West, they are going to come into the championship battle tested, having had 2 knockdown drag out series that have pushed them, and so they're going to be ready for those high leverage moments. The Celtics, I'm saying this right now, and it hurts my heart to say it, but it's the fact of the matter. They need at least 2 20 pieces. It hurts me to say this, bro.
It's not going to happen. And you know why? Because Drew Holiday, man. I'm telling you. It's not going to happen.
Because Drew Holiday what? How is Drew Holiday preventing the Boston Celtics from beating the brakes off of teams?
No. Drew Holiday now is the leader that's going to, now it's time to lock in Eastern Conference Finals, get this dub, get to the finals.
Indeed. Okay, the Twitch is good. The Facebook is good. The YouTube is different. It's a different setup, but the YouTube is good. So the lives are strong. Drew Holiday is going to what?
Hey, you heard me. Lead the Celtics to the finals.
I agree with you. I'm hook, line, and sinker. I'm team Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday and Derek White slept on one of the best backcourts in the NBA. Doesn't get the respect or appreciation that they deserve. But, bro, what I'm saying is I need a 20-point defeat. It hurts me to say this because of my New York Knicks that I'm picking to be there in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics need to stop playing games and mollywop somebody and be dominant. Another thing that's important. Celtics and Crispy P is not going to be there for the first 2 games. Bro, that doesn't even make a difference. Do you see how unique this NBA championship run for the Celtics is? They are missing an important part. They don't have a very deep bench. Crispy P is crucial for them to win this championship. Crucial, specifically because he's their only big. Meaning, if Drew Holiday was out, or if Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown was out, that would be less harmful to the Boston Celtics because you have depth in those positions. You have 2 point shooting guard combo guards. You have 2 generational wing players. So you take one out, you still have the other. The Celtics don't have that post player rim protecting individual. They don't have it.
Oh man.
Indiana doggone it. They pushed it back to 11. Knicks, you're playing games. Giving 13 and they're giving up offensive rebounds. Knicks are in trouble right now. I said it. This was close. Now they're going to push it to 13. Now, not that they can't do it because we got La Cosa Nova. We ain't backing down. We ain't ducking no smoke. Okay? But it's tough for you to be on the road down double digits going into the fourth quarter. It is what it is. It is what it is. And now they're just missing Josh Hart on a sloping lefty. That's not good offense. Hartstein bobbling the rebounds. This is the type of nonsense that happens on the road. Get it together, New York Knicks. Back to the Boston Celtics. Right? You got to be careful what you wish for, bro, and people. And I remember when I was working at an alternative school, one of my dear colleagues, good guy, who does, he's a DJ, and I'm not going to put his name out there because, you know what I mean? But he was a really good dude, and, his son's a good football player, right now in the Greater New Bedford area, and he coaches his son, and he does DJing. He's just a good, cool dude. And one of the things that he said is you got to be careful what you wish for because you might get it. Boston Celtics, you got to be careful what you wish for because you're getting it right now with this cakewalk to the conference final, to the NBA finals. I need you to smack somebody silly, meaning that my New York Knicks silly in the Eastern Conference Finals. And 5 games is a lot for this series. It really should be 4. Get the rest, get the time. Where is the NBA Finals going to be this year? Overwhelmingly favored. By the way, the Braves look good, bro. NBA Finals is going to be in Boston. Yep. Get the rest, get the rejuvenation. It's going to be a battle between. I'm sticking with Minnesota because I picked them to start. I'm not moving off that pick, but Denver has certainly showed me something. Irregardless, Dallas and OKC are about that life. Dallas is giving. We're going to get over to Dallas and what they're doing. And how they've constructed that roster. I have a good amount of things to say about Dallas. Cut me off at any time, bro. it's whoever's coming out of the West, it's going to be short for them. You're talking about a 7-game divisional round. Dallas and OKC could very well likely go 7. Then whoever wins either of those series, that's going to go 6 or 7 games. Whereas the Celtics are looking at 5 games max. Okay, but you got to be careful what you wish for. Remember, Boston Celtics, when they won the championship, and a lot of Boston people remember this. We won the championship in 2008. We're trying to get a championship in 2024. Knicks still down 11. Still giving up easy buckets and not getting back on defense. It's not looking good. Looking like we're trending towards a game 7 halfway through the third quarter because the Knicks aren't doing things they need to be doing. Lead's going in the wrong direction. It needs to be a 5 to 7 point lead, not a freaking 11 to 13 to 14 point lead. Get it together. Jump in anytime, bro.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the Knicks, man.
Not looking good, but okay, it is what it is. Spicy P is doing his thing. Love to see it. Like Spicy P. We wish, but it's another thing that is I haven't really mentioned before I go back to the Celtics. The last OG will be back for Game 7. The last OG is coming back for Game 7. No two ways about it, bro. Right? So put that feather, so people want to, you know what I mean? The last OG, if it's a Sunday game, it's a Sunday game. Is going to be back for that Game 7 in the Garden. We're not going to count our chickens to their hats because it's still game 6.
Josh Hart's got some bruised ribs.
That's La Cosa Nova right there. That's Nova right there. We ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about that. Okay, we 40 minutes in. We're 40 minutes in. We're gonna do at least another 20 minutes. And then I might have to stay for a little bit longer. We might have to jump off the Zooms and then jump back on the Zooms. Or that we might just cut off the YouTube. I think. Let me see if I can. We might just cut the YouTube stream off. Or it might have to be all the platforms. Or we could just get everything taken care of in an hour, which is a little bit short for a podcast, honestly. An hour is a little bit short for a pod. Generally, pods go above an hour. But I done spoke to the people at Sports Fluent. I want to keep the YouTube at least to an hour, and then maybe we'll jump back on and do some other stuff, so on and forth, bro. That's my continuing narrative with the Celtics. Be careful what you wish for because you might get it, and they've gotten it. I need this team to start showing me dominance. I haven't seen dominance from the Celtics yet, and it's tough for them. But no. I need them to show me dominance without Chris BP against the Knicks, presumptively in the Eastern Conference Finals, going into the NBA Finals, so that they can be ready for the storm. Coming from either Denver or Minnesota. Any further thoughts on the Celtics and/or Bruins? Nope. Okay, let's move right along. We got to talk about OKC and Dallas. Does Dallas finish them off at home, or is this going 7, bro?
Dallas is finishing them off.
Okay, I'm going to stick with my heart pick, which is OKC. I'm going to say OKC wins this game, even though they are the decided underdogs and forces the Game 7 back home in Dallas. Dallas has been the better team in this series, period. OKC, I wanted them to step their game up. They haven't shown me dog. They haven't shown me alpha. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you want to talk that MVP talk? This is where MVPs establish themselves. Luka Doncic dictated terms in Game 5. He was the best player on the court. He came out and showed you early on he meant business, and Oklahoma City was playing catch-up and had deer in the headlights the rest of the way after that. That's my issue with this team. I'm not hearing anywhere young. We are the John children, fighting indecision. Shout out to the 90s music. Whisper into spring. What is it? It's like whisper into, I forget how that song goes. Whisper into, but it's one of my jam songs. Oklahoma City, all this youthful exuberance and all the rest of that stuff, I'm out on that. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren, even though you're a rookie, it's year 2, and Jalen Williams and Lou Dort and Gordon Hayward on the bench. It's time to muscle up. It's time to man up. Like my Knicks are not doing. Down freaking. Right? This is what I was afraid of. They're down 17, and they're getting ready to call the dogs off. It was a 10-point game. Now it's a 17-point game, and they're getting ready to call the dogs off going into the fourth quarter. I don't like it, but it is what it is. I don't like it. Jump in at any time, bro. We're about 15 minutes more on this call.
It's looking over.
Okay. Now you get in a situation. You're down 20 in the fourth quarter. Tibbs knows what time it is. Call the dogs off. Rest our guys. And we'll see you back in the garden. But they could have put themselves in a position to steal this doggone game had they kept it to 5 or 7. Instead, they went the other doggone direction. They're not playing well. I don't like their body language. I don't like their efficiency. And they seem like they're just content with, okay, we're going to see you at New York, which you never know in a game 7. So, doggone it. This is a thing. This is an issue. It's not that you lose, it's how you lose. The Knicks are getting smacked. It's not that you lose, it's how you lose. You're getting smacked. All right, and you don't go from getting smacked. You can't just act like, you're going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves and return a smacking with a smacking. You can't just think you're going to return a smacking with a smacking, especially in a game 7 where all bets are off. I'm displeased. My Knicks fandom is not. I'm not pleased right now. And when we get done with this call, and I check in on my other calls, specifically, shout out to Knicks Fan TV and CP the Franchise. Shout out. All right, I don't play or hate. I congratulate. Shout out. All right, when I check in with my Knicks community, all right, I'm going to say everything I'm saying right now. I'm not happy. Forget about we still got game 7. I don't like that way of thinking. Okay, you don't count your chickens till you're hatched. All right, and you don't put up for tomorrow what you can do today. I don't like that thinking. Not one bit. This should be a dog fight. If we lose, we lose. But they're getting punked, and I'm not happy about it. And as I've said, and I'll continue to say, let's check on Facebook. Okay, Facebook, okay, people are doing what they're doing. They moving and grooving. It's a Friday night, and the weather is getting nice out here. I hear that, but if you have time for us on the Facebook check-in, jump in and let us know. We certainly appreciate that. Dallas and OKC, bro, jump in at any time. My heart says OKC. I want them to stand tall. My head says Dallas, okay? I got to give whoever the heck the general manager is in Dallas a lot of credit. The pieces, and this is, they don't even have Kleber, who is a huge part of this team, who is a very important piece of the team. PJ Washington is gobbling up those minutes. Tim Hardaway Jr. has been there for a while, is stepping up in crunch time. And who the heck is this guy Gafford? Dallas Mavericks have 2 agile, versatile bigs. I didn't give them credit. I thought they were low-key soft because Luka and Kyrie Irving are not known for their defense. Pump the brakes on that. Derek Lively, who was an elite high school prospect, did his finishing year at Duke. Didn't have a great year last year at Duke, but was bet on himself going to the NBA. He is already showing you he's their center of the future.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Derek Lively Jr. is giving me Robert Williams Jr. or Robert Williams III vibes. Shout out to Robert Williams III, who's kind of, he's in Portland and he's kind of in limbo since he had to leave the Celtics. I'd actually like to see him come back to Boston, frankly. On if he can't find a team where he, if it's not working out in Portland and you're not going to showcase there, come on back to Boston and be a backup center of Robert Williams III, just like Big Al has done, right?
Yep.
Big Al had to be jettisoned in the Kemba deal, but kept his head in the game. Opportunity came for him to come back to Boston, where he's tried and true and where he has roots. He's coming on back, and he's going to be he's competing for an NBA championship. Come on home, Robert Williams. And I'll extend that same, Malcolm Brogdon, you was beefing back and forth last year for whatever reason. I understand you stepping up, but I thought it was a little out of pocket for Malcolm Brogdon to be saying what he was saying last year and kind of getting big chest. A little out of pocket for him because he don't have those credentials, honestly, right? Like Malcolm Brogdon, like you're good, it's like Derek White, you're really good for this system and we love you here. Derek White is feeling like a Dennis. I was gonna say Dennis Fisher. Shout out to Dennis Fisher, prior to Barnstable. But a Dennis, who was the player for the Celtics when they were winning? His name escapes me. Dennis Johnson, right? That's the role that jump in at any time. We about just over 10 minutes left on this check-in. Tibbs is rallying the troops. Derek White has that Dennis Johnson vibe, but the same thing for Jrue Holiday. But it would be really out of pocket for them to get big chest and start talking about their contract and what they deserve and kicking up dust. That's not your lane. That's exclusively for 2 players on this team, Tatum and Brown. Everybody else, shut up and leave well enough alone. That's how I felt about Malcolm Brogdon in terms of when, and I thought that, I was of the opinion the Celtics, they didn't really need to, I think they could have been in the same position with Malcolm Brogdon. But Brad Stevens made an excellent deal because Malcolm Brogdon is just better. Drew Holiday is better pound for pound than Malcolm Brogdon. He's also better as a character guy, as you're seeing. Drew Holiday, who's a perennial, I said perennial. He's a multiple-time All-Star. Okay, Knicks are down 15. Let's see if we can get it back to 10. Drew Holiday is a multiple-time All-Star. He's an Olympian gold medalist. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's already an NBA champion. Okay? He's the last guy that's going to kick up dust. That is a super strength. It's a super strength to be incredibly successful and well-adjusted. Right? Adam Silver. Adam Sandler has a summer house on the Cape. They made the movie That's My Boy here on the Cape because he summers here, vacations here. Adam Sandler is known to be walking down Main Street in Hyannis or Osterville, super cool, by himself in basketball shorts and a polo shirt as he walks around. Anybody who wants an autograph can get an autograph. Anybody who wants a picture can get a picture. When he goes to Wimpy's, everybody in the establishment, dinner's on me. And I'm leaving a 20% check. Thousands of dollars in this check.
Hey, we got to spend more time. We got to spend more time in Osterville. When I come to the Cape this summer, Dre.
Osterville's what's up. I like Osterville. I don't get up there as much as I used to. Shout out to Fancy. Shout out to Wimpy's. I used to do the Wimpy's and the Fancies on a consistent level, and I will get back there to get my blue plate specials. They do have blue plate specials, even though those are upscale. They got the blue plate specials. Get in there and get that $7.99. You know what I mean? That $9.99, $10.99. You know, all that good stuff. So I got to get back. I'm glad you brought that up. I got to get back and see my people over there. It's been far too long. But there's also, you got Dows's Beach. You know, you got a couple of establishments, Crisp, Foxhole, so on and forth. Shout out to Osterville.
You know, Barkley was at the Foxhole last summer, or 2 summers, or no, it was 2 summers ago or last summer.
It might have been last summer, 2 summers ago.
I was supposed to be going, and then chilling.
He's in there chilling. So we got about 8 minutes left on this. And I think what I'm going to do is just, and bro, it's up to you. I'm going to jump off of the call, and then I think, can we get the episode done? Can we do a rapid fire to finish?
Yeah, sure.
I think we can do a rapid fire. I think we do a rapid fire to finish in the next 8 minutes and just kind of call it. Because, we got, I got things I want to say. And I might jump back on the call just because my Knicks are live. I think I'm gonna jump back on, bro, and you can go if you need to.
All right.
Because I got a couple things I got to get in. There's a couple things that I got to get into. And I'm not trying to. You know what I mean? I got to get into a couple things on the last part of the check-in. But bro, I know you got things to do. So in terms of Dallas. Their roster construction is stronger than you think, people. Or stronger than I thought. Their supporting cast, and this is without Kleber. Derek Lively is a dude. Gafford, I'm really impressed with his physicality, is a dude. PJ Washington is a dude, i.e. Jay Crowder type of vibes. A 3-and-D, physical. You want to talk about a deal? We talked about this. They made out in spades. That could have been Grant Williams, but he wanted to be on some other stuff. Grant Williams, get your act together. I don't want to see Grant Williams on a Big Baby track. I don't want to see, and I said it. I don't want to see a fall from grace for Grant Williams like Big Baby once he left the Celtics. And now everybody knows the shenanigans and where Big Baby is at. And it's not a good place. It's not a good place. Okay? And there's a reason that 60-70% of NBA players are in financial distress 5 years after basketball. You got to get your mentals right. All right? I don't want to see what we've seen. And I got to use this example, right? Delonte West on the side of the road, getting the brakes beat off of him. And having Mark Cuban having to come down and help him to get him into a place.
I think you're going a little far. But
I'm going a little far?
Yeah.
I'm going a little far?
Yeah.
70% of check in if you want.
No. I agree, but I think you just go a little far with Delonte West. You don't want to see Grant Williams on the pack to Delonte West. I think that's
Delonte West is rock bottom. That's the lowest of the low. So you are right. You're right, bro. That's a good take. That's a good right. because I'm not meant, but once the descent begins, it is my point. Once the descent begins, unless there's some corrective measures, you don't know how far. Okay, so there's levels. My bro, you made a good point. There's when you're like Big Baby is descending. He's descending. And then this is something we show love here. Shout out to Gil's Arena. He has some hot takes. I didn't think I thought he went overboard. It wasn't selfish for Rudy Gobert. That was that word and that term. It's a hot take, but it was a wrong take. It's a wrong take.
Hey. No.
Hot take, wrong take. What's up, Lenidra? Shout out to Lenidra. What's up? Shout out to the home cooking. Shout out to the soul food. Get healthy, Lenidra. Appreciate you. I'm gonna mute your mic for a second, bro. You can hear me, but your mic is muted. Bro's mic is muted, but you can hear me, and he's on the check-in, still on the check-in. We under 5 minutes. I gotta X out because I gotta deliver 1 hour for Sports Fluent. I'm gonna deliver 1 hour for Sports Fluent. That was a campaign promise. But then I'm gonna jump back on the check-in. I'm gonna jump back on the call. Be like, I got things I gotta get to. We got things that's going on in the culture that we need to speak to. My bro put me on notice on the CP time. We won't have that terminology. My bro got his Snackaroodies. Shout out to the Uber Eats and all the good. We got Uber. That's a good question. Do we have Uber Eats on Cape Cod? That's a good question. I believe we do. I don't know if we have Uber Eats. We certainly have Grubhub.
You do.
We have Grubhub on it. We got
Grubhub
Uber
for
Eats.
sure. You have Grubhub for
I
sure.
don't know about Uber. Yeah. We're slowly coming into like civilization. But certain things are definitely lacking. Certain things are lacking. Certain things are lacking. Carlton has had a pretty good day. He got a good workout. Carlton got a good workout. I need a workout, and Carlton got a good workout going outside. So we're gonna get Carlton moving. Excuse me, I said Carlton a number of times. Carlton, R.I.P., passed away last year. Willis, R.I.P. Carlton. 13, 14, 15 good years. He was a soldier to the end, to the very end. A true soldier. Willis.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit bad. I feel a little bit bad because it was a situation with Carlton. I don't mind saying this. Carlton passed away at home, at the house, when I was not. I was at school. I was working. I'm not gonna take it in a morbid direction, but in terms of the Knicks are down 16. But we're talking. But I was monitoring it very closely to take him back to get him put down. But sometimes it just happens. Like if you're a pet person, it happens. Like that, and they pass at home, and it was very difficult. But R.I.P. Carlton, the long live Carlton, and Willis is our new dog. He's a German Shepherd and a Lab mix, high energy. He's a Malinois, and what he's doing, he's very smart, very smart, very, very, very smart. And we're doing a much better job. I'm doing a much better job helping him to exercise, because he doesn't. He's interesting. He won't run away, but he certainly runs very fast. So what I've been doing is we'll run. I'll let him off the leash, but he still has the leash connected. So that if he does book it, I can at least catch up to the leash and corral him in. But that way, I've been able to have him off the leash, and we basically been doing like sprints. We've been doing sprints, and that helps him get a good workout. And like dog people know, the dogs, you got to work it out. And so as he gets a good workout, and I do a better job of providing that workout, he's much more mellow and calm around the house, and he can be out in different rooms. And it's a work in progress, but we're making progress. He's getting out of the crate. He's getting out in the different spaces. He's barking less in the house because he'll put a woof woof on you. Willis will put a woof woof on you. But it's much less so. It's much less so now. So we got about a minute left before we're gonna end the first call. We're gonna end the first call, but then we're gonna come back. And this is gonna be what I'm gonna get over. Just in conclusion, folks, thank you for tuning in to SandCity Sports. We have a collaboration that's in the mix. It's brewing with Sports Fluent. Shout out to Sports Fluent. Go ahead and like and subscribe their YouTube page. They have a number of creatives that they kind of work with, and just upstart people like myself, like SandCity Sports, and then like the upstart people kind of connect, gather, we support each other's different platforms, and it'll be really, it's a big thing to kind of have production behind, have somebody actually producing these shows, so on and forth. So I'm gonna be tried and true to the 1 hour as it comes up, and it's gonna be just over an hour. But Tony, I don't think Tony's gonna quibble about it being an hour in a couple seconds after that. And then we're gonna jump back on all the different platforms for another call, because we have to do some things. About a half an hour. You don't have to stay for a half hour, but I got a half an hour things more I need to say. I need to say things just to cover. And the Knicks, it looks like it doesn't look good for the Knicks. But thanks so much for tuning in. SandCity Sports, Sports Fluent Connection, and peace. And we're gonna be back in a second. Peace.